Hey guys, welcome back. So today we've got another little video just basically showing a bit of solo play in Control Points Clash. So we are having a lot of issues with AI lately, being overpowered. There's a few things I'll point out while I'm playing, but I was going to sort of do maybe a little bit of how I deal with AI, but it's just my gameplay style really. Each person has different gameplay styles, so yeah, we're just going to show a few games. Anyway, enjoy the video. I'll point out a few things. There's a few slow-mos, a few extra bits and pieces, and yeah, so let's get into it.
Let's get things started. We have taken the lead.
Okay, so I've gotten used to how much damage these things do. That looked like a rear hit with both rockets, but no double damage unfortunately. So, like I've just put up on the screen, I'll only dash to the centre if the beacon's already been taken by an AI, but I won't stay there. I will retreat back to cover where this thing really does work. So, best way to use this build with these particular weapons is really just to stay out of sight and bend rockets around the corner. But the dash is really only there as a defensive measure, not an offensive measure.
Well done. Tracking target. Tracking target.
Okay, back to the center. This map is really just about controlling this center beacon. If you don't keep control of this center beacon for very long, you really do just lose this match. And, oh, just be careful there. So, as usual with our AI, if you just duck your head out for like half a second, you're already being shot at. Gee, they just track you so quickly. I don't know any human player that can do that. Okay, so this looks like a lot of dancing around, but this really is the way to run this build. You don't really want to be in sight a lot of the time, especially with the AI the way they are. Their weapons are overpowered and all sorts of things. They're deadly accurate. So being out in the open with anything in a AI match is kind of like, yeah, kind of like a death wish. I will say that I really hated javelins. For the bigger portion of my time in this game, oh, that was a bit of a stuffed up shot. But since winning my Javelin 8s and learning how to use them, it's probably up there with one of my favourite weapons. Call it cowardice or whatever if you like, but it really does just seem to work. I honestly think that this as a free play or a low budget option is quite good. I'm pushing the 250 experience mark now, and I am still using these things in a competitive manner. Oh, here we go. Watch this. I do love my slow-mos. Don't shoot at me. There we go, boys and girls. That is the first kill I've made with the dash on my kill shot. So definitely a defensive type use with the dash, not an offensive use. So I'll use the dash more for moving around, catching beacons, relocating, but not generally too much for killing robots. And there we go. Up on the podium. So yeah, Killshot is actually quite a good thing for CPC, especially if you're a low budget player like myself. Again, this is the next match. Drop the Killshot. It is Control Points Clash. So the quicker you control control points or beacons, the better off you are.
Smooth operator. Well done.
This beacon up the back here can be quite tricky sometimes. You'll see I scoped it out before I actually went in to capture it. You just want to make sure that there's nothing around that's going to take you out. You'll see that I actually got onto the beacon without using the dash, so that if something does happen, I can dash away really, really quickly. Right, so I was very lucky to actually get that shot off there because the AI dropped down into the ravine, and that ravine's actually quite narrow, so if you don't have the right trajectory with those rockets, you don't hit them. The same as going between the buildings like I just did with that rocket.
Dominating. Well done. Ninja Master. Well done. Humiliation.
Okay, this is something that an AI won't do, so I'm being targeted on the beacon. I'll sacrifice the beacon so that I don't get destroyed. Generally what I tend to do with most mechs in my hangar is I'll treat them like they're my last one. So when I'm being targeted, I'll retreat to somewhere safe and maybe try and come back and take the mech that's trying to take me out at a later situation. Like I just did then, but he had a mate in a kill shot there that took me out at the same time. Okay, my Zephyr with the arc torrents on it. So my tactics with this thing have changed a lot since pilots have come out. I have got a range extender on it, but it's only a legendary. It is only a rare implant, so it doesn't have anywhere near the range as others do. See, again, I've stepped off the beacon to be out of range of being targeted and then come back to take him out. And we're just looking around for another target. Oh, got a little bit impatient there. Stepped off the beacon, so we would have lost it. 3 down. Alright, let's go and find something else. Alright, this little ledge here is awesome because you can sneak up here and you can see things before they can see you. So you see I'm still not seen. And gotcha!
You have 2 minutes remaining. You have won the match.
Okay, all done and dusted and 2 on the podium. Look at that. Again, Killshot is the #1, but my Zephyr does perform quite well. Like I said, I've had to change my tactics a fair bit though. So, and here we've got this map again. We seem to get this map a lot lately. I'm not really a fan of it, to be honest. It's very short, very small, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Tracking target. Incoming fire. Tracking target. Tracking target. Incoming fire.
Okay, so you would have thought that after I did that Mech Arena chess video that I would know my distances a lot better than that, but yeah, just dropped a bit short there. And it sacrificed my bot at the same time. So let's drop our Zephyr again, see what we can get nice and close range. It depends on where I get killed as to where I drop this. So if I've got mechs close range, I will drop this thing because it is a brawl type thing, or it's more of a, not really brawl, but it's more like an ambush style build, but it is a close range build. So oh, we got a couple there. Can we get the Aries? Come on! Yes! So another thing to point out with AI is that they do tend to sort of sit outside of the range. They seem to know how far you can hit them. So although I can step out and zap that AI, I can't use my shock pulse on him. But because he's got a pilot implant on it, he can use the shock pulse on me. So another thing why my tactics have changed a lot with using my Zephyr, because I'm not running a range increaser for my shock pulse, so I'm still at 30 meters. Anyway, into sniper mode. And I've just won this skin. I love this skin, actually. I'm actually really wrapped that I got it. But this is a different sort of gameplay as well. Again, trying to control that center beacon. Now, I'm not going to go in there and run into that center beacon. I am just going to play support mode back here. So I will snipe things away and keep chucking the fence down. My personal opinion on how to use this thing is just to chuck the fence down across the face of where you're going to operate. So you'll see there that I've chucked the fence down between the two buildings and then shot through the fence. The stasis barrier acts like an impenetrable shield. Like you can't shoot through it. So that's what makes this mech so useful. Oh, there we go. There's another one down, and I'm still not being able to be shot at. Very good counter towards what's really going on at the moment with the Gauss rifles on just about every AI mech that you see.
Have taken the lead. Victory imminent. We are running out of time. Revenge.
Put up a little comment there about strafing helps a lot with targeting with sniping, and what I mean by that is that as you walk left and right, it helps you line up your crosshairs with the targets. It gets harder and harder. Missed the shot there, as you see. Gets harder and harder as you get to more and more range, but if you get it on song, you do some really good damage with long arms. And there we go, we're down. So, most valuable player ended up being an AI bot. And look at that, my sniper build come up on the second position.
3,
Next.
2, 1, go. Get out of my way. First blood. Well done. Tracking target. Incoming fire. Smooth operator.
Again, sorry for the excessive use of the Killshot. Killshot just works really well for CPC. You can quickly grab beacons, but with the way I've got the set up with the rockets, you can stay out of sight and do a fair bit of damage. And you can also use the dash to retreat like I've just done there. So I'll keep myself at a decent arm's length away from AI. And again, I'm stating this is AI. The gameplay is so much different against human players. That's not smart to shoot the wall there, by the way.
Incoming fire. Incoming fire. Humiliation. Well done. Tracking target.
Okay, so I've got no matchup against that AI down on the beacon. You can see he's running arcs on it, so I'm pretty much toast. So we'll hang back here and we'll take him out. But that beacon's still hot because he's dropped a heap of mines on it. So we'll just sit back here and we'll just chop away at a few others. We'll take out Warby over here. Bye-bye, Warby. Oh, we got another AI back down on the beacon. Little shadow. And we'll just tag him, but I'm pretty sure my AI won't help him. I haven't quite got him either. Maybe we can get him this time. Let's see how we go. Oh, can we get him? Here we go. One rocket. Yeah. So Juggy here's got a little bit too close. So you see again, just firing one rocket after the other. One's done just a standard damage, the other one's done the 26k, which is my double damage with my rocket. So that was pretty good, and we get him out the way. So now we'll just see how we go here. Try and take out another one down the side, another shadow down the middle, and we're still up on the beacon count, so that's not too bad. I'm not too stressed at this point. Alright, now we'll go down and assist and grab the beacon. And we'll look at taking some more back on their home beacon.
Well done. Victory imminent. Tracking target.
It's always a fun little skill to do this. I mean, usually you want to try and hit the dash as well, but that worked anyway. Got me to the wall and the rockets did the job, so there we go. That one's down as well. Again, more kill shot work, but it just works for control points clash, and especially in these maps. There's a few maps where it doesn't really work, but, you know, most times this thing I will use for more control points clash. I really hate it when the AI do that off the starting line. Like, just get out the way!
Fire. Tracking target. Tracking target. Noob identified. Tracking target.
I don't really like to show a lot of the same map all the time, but we seem to get this map a lot recently. I know it's one of the newer maps, so we don't see a lot of the older maps as much, which is a bit of a pity. They really need to mix it up a bit more, but this was a slightly different gameplay because I pushed further up towards their home beacon, and you'll see sort of how it ends up in a minute.
Incoming fire. Tracking target. Tracking target.
So again, this is a nice little spot to sit as well, just using the building as cover, staying out of sight as best as possible. Like I just put up on the screen, don't really want to go and target the beacon, although I do a very stupid thing here in a minute, and you will see that, and I do take the piss out of myself when I make mistakes, like this. And that, firing at easements. So yeah, nice work at taking my own advice. This is currently how I'm running my Ares. It kind of switches around a bit because my Ares is kind of like the bot that I just chuck whatever on at whatever time, but probably will try and push this to be a dedicated build at some point, but I do need a pilot that I need to set up properly for it, because at the moment this thing is running my my assault pilot because I don't really have anything else for it.
We're losing the lead. Tracking target. Incoming fire.
So again, very much a hide and seek type mode. I think with these weapons it kind of makes you do that because they're not overly deadly. They are only the 8s, so yeah, the disc launcher 8s. So they don't do a huge amount of damage. They're a little bit more of a pick your target and shoot around the corners. Well, I've killed a few with it, but I would like to build this up with something better and make it a proper tank, but it's just not really there at the moment. Even though it is a 5-star mech, I think the weapons have made it so that I can't really do a lot of brawling with it. But my gameplay style is more like ambush style rather than brawling, so we'll see how we go with this thing in the future.
Incoming fire.
So here's another awesome thing with AI, even though I'm using him as a shield, and he probably is the thing that the 2 AI bots over there should fire at, they choose me because I'm the human player. Seem to be programmed to shoot human players on sight, which is kind of tough to deal with sometimes, but it is what it is. And we're pretty much done for the win here. I know we're running out of, we've got a fair bit of time going still, but we've killed them with beacons. So there we go. There's a little bit different. The Aries got up on the podium, and there with the kills that it got. So anyway, guys, this was just another CPC set. It was kind of to try and show what I do in CPC to get around the AI, but it's mostly just Killshot work. But anyway, yeah, definitely Killshot, especially if you're a low budget or free player, is the thing that you need to invest in with a set of javelins. I sort of recommend it. It works really well for me, and it sort of keeps you out of the line of sight and makes it so you control the AI bots. It doesn't work as effectively against human players. Although I have had some good success with it, there are players that can get around it. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching again. Like and subscribe if this is your first time, and if you're still here, because I know it was a long video and you've probably fallen asleep by now, or you've clicked it off. Anyway, I hope you got to this point, and I'll catch you again next time. Thank you, guys. See ya.